Hi everyone, welcome back to our new video. So today we are learning about saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons are those hydrocarbons in which the carbon has single bond. So saturated hydrocarbons are those which contains carbon-carbon single bond. And the saturated hydrocarbon is alkanes. Alkanes is an example of saturated hydrocarbons whose general formula is CnH2n plus 2, where N is number of carbon atoms 1, 2, 3 and so on. So the first alkane, the simplest alkane is methane, where the formula is CH4. Molecular formula is CH4. For ethane, because it's an alkane, so the suffix is ane and it contains one carbon atom, that's why methane. If it is two carbon atoms, it is ethane. If three carbon atoms, if it contains four carbon atoms, butane. Pentane containing five carbon atoms, hexane containing six carbon atoms, heptane 7 carbon atoms, octane, nonane 9 carbon atoms, and decane 10 carbon atoms. And if I want to show the bond, I can show here methane. So methane has one carbon atom surrounded by four carbon atoms, which has all four single bonds. That's why it is an example of saturated hydrocarbon. If we have ethane, ethane means two carbon atoms. So two carbon atom containing carbon-carbon single bond. So that's also an example of saturated hydrocarbons. Then we have unsaturated hydrocarbons. Unsaturated hydrocarbons are those hydrocarbons which contain double bond or triple bond between carbon atoms. Double bond or triple bond between carbon atoms. So double bond is known as alkenes, which contains double bond, carbon-carbon double bond called alkenes, and triple bond, carbon-carbon triple bond, they are known as alkynes. And the general formula of alkenes is CnH2n, where N is number of carbon atoms, and general formula of alkynes is CnH2n minus 2. So if we'll show with the help of example, alkenes, as I said, the general formula is CnH2n. So one carbon atom, so 2. So the formula is CH2, which is not possible because carbon forms 4 bonds, not 2 bonds. So this compound is not possible. So we start from the second carbon. If you put 2 carbon atoms, the formula would be C2H4. And as it has 2 carbon atoms, it is called eth, and the suffix is ethene, ene. If it is C3H6, it is propene. If it is 4 carbon atoms containing 4 carbon atoms, it will be called butene. So if we show the structure, so there is double bond. So this carbon has 2 bonds already. So it will form two more bonds with hydrogen to complete its tetravalency. Similarly, this carbon has two bonds, so it needs to form two more bonds with hydrogen, which is satisfying its molecular formula C2H4. So there is a double bond between two carbon atoms. That's why it is an alkene or unsaturated hydrocarbon. I show propene, so we will draw three carbon atoms, but one double bond. So here it's the double bond. So for this carbon, it has one bond already. So it will form three bonds with hydrogen. This carbon already three bonds. So one with one hydrogen. This has two already. So one, two. So if you see the formula, it is satisfying. C3 and H6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly, butene, draw 4 carbon atoms, draw a single double bond somewhere, anywhere between carbon atoms. So if I am drawing here, so this carbon will form 3 bonds with hydrogen. This will form 1 bond, this will form 1 bond, but this will form 3 bonds. So this is the example of alkenes, and they are unsaturated hydrocarbons. Thank you. We'll see you in the next video.